Waiting for it to go red, is that what it is? Oh, there we go. Oh, almost. Could have done this a while ago, I suppose. There we go. All right, welcome, KMA Land listeners. We are here in the Substate 8. This is Substate Semifinal, I think, because this is going to be a district final, Substate Semifinal. We are watching Ridgeview Raptors head on south and taking on the Underwood Eagles. The winner of this game will advance on to Tuesday to play the winner of Clarinda and Shenandoah. That game's going on in Clarinda. Hawkeye 10 matchup over there. KMA is also covering that one as well. So if you guys are interested in checking out both games, bounce back and forth between the radio and our streams, and you can catch those. I believe Ethan Hewitt is there for that game for us on the radio. Should be a decent one to go on in both these games. But hey, we're here for this one. Let's focus on this one. We got the Ridgeview Raptors. They are coached by Eric Mirtu, I believe is his last name. I just wrote it down. I should better trick that. Mirtu is his last name. Eric Mirtu's got two sons. I'll be saying that name a lot tonight. The Ridgeview Raptors, they're 19-8 on the year. They just got done defeating Trainer earlier this week 4-2 to advance on to this semifinal here in Substate 8. Mirtu has got a young squad. They have no seniors when it comes to the starting lineup. Going to be a tremendous team next year, but this year they got to get the job done still. I mean, they've been young all year, so it's nothing new to them. They don't know any different. Coach Mirtu has a decent hitting squad, and they got their ace on the mound tonight, so they're going to be ready and rare to go, taking on the number either 2 or 3 rated team here in 2-8, depending on what poll or website you are looking at. For the starting lineup for Coach Mirtu, it will be leading off sophomore number 1, Blake Mirtu. He is the shortstop. He's hitting a mere .479 on the year, ties the team in RBIs, in the lead in RBIs. Batting second is another sophomore, number 14, Kinnick Jensen. He is pitching tonight. He is going to be wanting to help himself out from that two-hole hitter. When it comes to pitching, he's got a 1.75 ERA, has 64 strikeouts on the year. That's a pretty high number. I believe he's pitched 52 innings. So in 52 innings, he's got 64 strikeouts. He knows how to put batters away. Batting third is number 3, Gavin Voss. He is the left fielder, batting .369. He is also tied for the RBIs from that 3-hole in left field. Hitting cleanup, sophomore, number 22, Owen Worthen. He is the first baseman. He's hitting .420 from the cleanup spot. Plenty of RBIs there, too. Batting fifth is an 8th grader, number 7, Aiden Mirtu. He is in right field. He's hitting .396 as an 8th grader. Like I said, Coach Mirtu and his two sons have been putting together quite a bit of production this year. Batting sixth, junior, number 8, Noah Struck. He is playing second base. Hitting 7th is a junior, number 24, Kyle Burke. He is DH for the center fielder, wearing number 4, Austin Wood. Batting 8th is another 8th grader, the catcher behind the plate. An 8th grader behind the plate is going to be pretty significant tonight. Wearing number 44, it's Ryan Berry. And then to round off Coach Mirtu's lineup is junior, number 21, Connor Jacobson. He is playing third base. Coaches are meeting at the mound, talking with the umpires, exchanging lineups right now. Going to get underway here. It says, we got about 9 minutes away, but we don't have much else going on here pregame. We got the national anthem to do, and that's about it. Starting lineups, and that's about it. Hopefully we can get this game started ASAP. So let's go ahead and click it over to the Underwood Eagles, who are 25-2 on the year, coached by Coach Andy Van Fossen. Had a tremendous year this year. We all knew they would, and they've come through big time. They just got done defeating Hinton earlier this week, 6-1. That game was a little bit closer even than the 6-1 score was, kind of leads on. Trevor Mater did that game earlier this week, and he was texting me throughout it. He said he was kind of nervous, so who knows what's going to come through tonight, if Underwood will continue to play a little tight or if they're going to loosen it up and really let their talent take over. Like I said, with Coach Mirtu and the Ridgeview Raptors, they are a young team, no seniors. Kind of the opposite for the Underwood Eagles. They got 4 seniors and 3 juniors in the starting lineup, so they've got plenty of games, high school varsity games, under their belt. When it comes to the lineup for Coach Van Fossen, he's going to lead things off with the do-it-all man, Garrett Lutt, wearing number 1, playing shortstop. He's hitting .500 on the year, so half the time he ends up with a hit. Has 3 home runs on the year, leads the team in RBIs, has the lowest ERA when it comes to pitching. Him and Van Fossen have been lights out from the mound this year. He's just a great player, is that sophomore Garrett Lutt. Batting second is number 3, Mason Boothby. He's the center fielder. He's hitting .356, leads the team in stolen bases. If he gets on, he's taken second almost every single time. Batting third is number 24, Jack Van Fossen. He's going to be on the mound tonight. But from the plate, he hits .411 from the plate. He is second in RBIs on the team. From the mound, he is 7-0 this year, has a .68 ERA. You heard me right, .68. He's only given up 4 earned runs all year. Keith Christensen and I were talking before the game. We saw a game where he gave up 4 runs. 2 of those were earned. So half the earned runs I saw in one game versus Trainer earlier this year. So Van Fossen been lights out, got that tall body from the mound. He is just a talent on both sides, defensively and offensively. For the cleanup spot, number 4, Riker Adair is a junior. He is playing third base. He's hitting .357. Batting fifth is senior number 5, Gus Bayshore. He's in right field. Batting sixth is number 10, Nick Hackett, is at second base. Batting seventh, number 2, Lucas Bose, is behind the plate. Batting eighth is number 6, Easton Robertson, in left field. And then rounding off Coach Van Fossen's lineup is senior number 31, Luke Seidler, playing first base. And that is the 25-2 Underwood Eagles taking on the Ridgeview Raptors. We got experience versus youth. Both teams can definitely hit the ball big time. Both teams' top 4 guys in their lineups are never going to be easy outs. So it's going to be interesting to see what these 2 aces can do on the mound versus the talented teams. We are here at IWCC. You are watching this on KMAland.com. This is one of our streams. We got other streams going on all over the place. We got games on the AM and the FM. Actually, that might not be true. I think there is a Cardinals game going on in the FM. So on the AM at least, let's go ahead and check that out here. KMAland.com. Let's see where else we guys can check things out once we go to commercial, or if things are getting done here, if you want to go check out the other ones. Let's go ahead here. Sports calendar. So tonight, no, we do have AM and FM. So on the AM, we got Shan and Clarinda. That's TJ Young and Jay Soderberg. On the FM, we got Clarinda softball, Clarinda and Atlantic, to see who goes to state there. That's where Ethan Hewitt is in Clarinda. So Clarinda is hosting a baseball and softball game tonight. I'm obviously here doing the Ridgeview Underwood game here at Iowa Western. We have another stream where it's Trevor Mater. He is in Neola for Lennox at Tri-Center. The winner of that game will be taking on Bedford and Southwest Valley. And as I mentioned that, Tate and Amy is in Bedford doing the Southwest Valley at Bedford game. So we have all fronts covered here for Southwest Iowa Substate semifinals here on KMA. 5 different five different ball games you can choose from. 4 baseball, 1 softball. Good night here for KMA and local sports here in Iowa High School. They're doing the starting lineups now. They are also going to do the national anthem. So we'll go ahead and take a quick break. Don't go anywhere because this game's going to be a good one. We will be back right after this to bring you Underwood, the home team, versus the Ridgeview Raptors. Winner goes on Tuesday to play the winner of Clarinda, Shenandoah. We'll be back right after this on the KMA Extreme. Dusty Scahill on the call. Be back here in about, let's say 4 minutes. It just went to 7:26, so in 4 minutes we will be back.
365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Arrow Towing Company in Council Bluffs is here to help. Arrow Towing provides a peace of mind knowing that when you need them most, Arrow Towing is here for you. Whether you need a tow, fuel delivery, a jump start, or you're locked out, be sure to give Arrow Towing Company a call. $365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Arrow Towing Company in Council Bluffs is here to help. Arrow Towing provides a peace of mind knowing that when you need them most, Arrow Towing is here for you. Whether you need a tow, fuel delivery, a jump start, or you're locked out, be sure to give Arrow Towing Company a call. Brocker Wealth Management is comprised of local experts dedicated to your financial success. Their certified financial advisors include John Brocker, a native of Southwest Iowa and a proud graduate of Underwood, and Alec Murphy, an active Council Bluffs resident. They are dedicated to devising comprehensive financial strategies for you and your family. Whether you are investing to build wealth, Brocker Wealth Management personalizes a plan for your needs, wants, and long-term goals. For over 30 years, CNA Scales has been a leader in the manufacturing and installation of bulk weigh grain loadout systems, enabling the fast, accurate, and efficient loading of trucks and rail cars. CNA Scales also offer and install concrete and steel deck truck scales and the truck scale automation system that uses RFID technology to keep you moving. Visit CNA Scales online or give them a call today. CNA Scales, making the world way better.
Dave Lyon Towing and Repair has been serving the Underwood area for over 40 years. They offer 24-hour light and heavy-duty towing and recovery, including a rotator, winch equipment, wreckers, and flatbeds to serve you. They're available for repair on cars and trucks Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located at 134th Street in Underwood. When you need a lift or repair work, call Dave Lyon Towing and Repair of Underwood, Iowa. 712-566-2317. Not the biggest, just the best.
It's time to be you at Iowa Western. Apply today.
Welcome back here. We're getting the starting lineups are done. National anthem is done. Now Jack Van Fossen is taking his warm-up throws here, getting ready to face the top three in the lineup for the Raptors. Murtu, Jensen, and Voss. 479 RBI leader coming in for the Eagles. The sophomore coach's son, got a lot of talent. See how things are going to go tonight here. The first inning is going to be a big one to see how everyone fares. See if I can do some quick. I'll try to keep you guys up to date on other scores. Like I said, going around here in the KMA land. For the first one I see, that softball game in Clarinda versus Atlanta. Clarinda is up 5-0 in the second inning. And here's that first pitch. Murtu wastes no time against Van Fossen. Foul ball. That is strike one. So Van Fossen gets ahead of the shortstop for the Raptors, Blake Murtu. Hitting just a shade under 500, 479 on the year for the leadoff hitter. Van Fossen comes up. In those warm-up pitches, he had a lot of those balls in the dirt as well, so he's going to have to adjust to this mound. I don't know how many times has Underwood played on this field this year. Last 2 times, so this is the second time Underwood's played on this field. Most other games are at the higher seeds home game. This one is here at the beautiful IWCC venue. Pretty nice of them to adjust to that. I think both teams are pretty happy with it. Not that too much farther for Ridgeview to have to travel to play on just a top-of-the-notch facility. Van Fossen is up in the count 1-2. Gets a little high and outside on that one. Evens it up 2-2 to Murtu. Van Fossen still from that windup delivers. Fouled off. Murtu fights that low and away on the black kind of pitch. That was a nice pitch there with 2 strikes. Murtu had to do something with it and was not going to be able to do much damage with it. Van Fossen from the warm-up, from the windup. High strike up by the shoulders. The youngster goes after it, and that's going to be the first out strikeout for Van Fossen. Gets Murtu down, swing, and that's out number 1. Brings to the plate the pitcher, Kinnick Jensen. Ace versus ace here. Sophomore Jensen gets into the plate. Van Fossen from that left side of the rubber goes from the windup. Keeps it up high. Coming right back at us here in the press box. That's going to be strike 1. Van Fossen gets ahead again. Van Fossen sticking around the plate is going to be a key. Van Fossen from the windup. Another nice one. Chopper up the middle. See if they can get to it. Second baseman does get to it, but can't do anything with it. So that's going to be an infield hit there for Kinnick Jensen. He gets there. Hackett got to it, but it was too far. Not really that hard of a hit. All these balls tonight we're going to be bouncing. It bounces significantly. I saw the outfielders and infield just kind of bouncing it like a basketball even out there. So anything that's got some top spin or some velocity when it's bouncing is going to bounce higher than these guys are all normal to. So that's the first base hit, and Jensen is on first. Van Fossen has to go from the stretch for the first time. Van Fossen with that breaking ball outside, taken there by Gavin Voss. Voss, the junior, hitting third, hitting .369 on the year. Tied for the team lead in RBIs for the Raptors. Van Fossen 1-0, does a high fastball. So 2-0 right away here on Voss. Jensen on first. Gavin Voss at the plate for the Raptors. It is ripped there between short and third. That's a base hit, back-to-back base hit. Single there for Voss. Jensen will move to second. Voss goes to first. So back-to-back hits after that leadoff strikeout. That does bring to the plate sophomore number 22, Owen Worthen. First baseman hitting .420 on the year. So first and second here, one out. Underwood already got those two guys here in the top of the first inning. Van Fossen takes a while to get his sign. Still from that left side of the rubber. Checks the runner at second. Delivers a curveball high. Couldn't quite get on top of it. Worthen lays off of it, so that will be 1-0 against this cleanup hitter. We are in that top of the first inning. First four hitters of the ball game up 2-on. One was already out swinging the lead off the game. Hit to third, so we're going to go for two. He is safe. Pulls him off the bag at second. Could not get that out at second base. So it will be runners at second and third on the fielder's choice. Worthen does get the runners over. Fielder's choice there. Jensen to third. Pulls the second baseman Hackett off of the force out at second. So it will be second and third. 2 outs. And brings to the plate the 8th grader, Aiden Murtu. Playing right field. He's hitting .396 on the year. More times than not, he's getting on base. Five-hole hitter. 8th grader. Second and third. Van Fossen's working from that stretch from the mound, trying to get out of this first inning with a 0 on the board. Raptors trying to put something up there. Kind of off-speed pitch there. Murtu was on it, but just couldn't quite connect to it. So Van Fossen gets ahead 0-1. Van Fossen gets that sign. Steps off, though. Gets a little bit of a readjustment here. Second and third. 2 outs. Jack Van Fossen trying to get out of it. Murtu fights it off going down the right side. That's going to be a foul ball, though, so it's going to be an 0-2 count versus the 8th grader, and Van Fossen's got him right where he wants him, trying to get out of the inning. Van Fossen's not a big strikeout pitcher, though. He's got 40-some innings pitched and has 30 strikeouts. On the other side for the Raptors, it's kind of the opposite. Like I said, Jensen, more strikeouts than innings pitched. Van Fossen's about 3/4 of the innings pitched to his strikeout ratio. Likes to pitch to contact, likes his defense to do the work. Murtu fouls it off. And Bose will take it off the gut. I think the umpire knows that the catcher kind of took one hard, so he's going to be courteous there and let him take a breather there as Bose gathers himself. So it is still an 0-2 count there versus Aiden Murtu, 5-hitter for the Raptors. He's got runners on second and third. He's got Jensen and Voss. Voss has got a sizable lead, too, so if Murtu can connect on something. Ooh, that hits the black high and outside there. Van Fossen gets out of it. Backwards K to end the inning. Big strikeout there. Doesn't let the runners get across the plate. So 5 up, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, but 2 runners left on for the Ridgeview Raptors, so that will be nothing on the top of the first. That will bring Jensen to the mound for the Raptors, and he'll be facing Lutt, Boothby, and Van Fossen after this. All right, so here we are getting the bottom of the first underway. Ridgeview just had runners on second and third. Couldn't come through there. Jack Van Fossen gets a big strikeout with 2 outs to get out of that jam. So now this will bring the Eagles to the plate. They got Lutt, Boothby, and Van Fossen coming up to face Kennick Jensen. Jensen, the ace for the Raptors. Got good pace to his fastball as I'm watching him in his warm-ups. Really got decent movement on that fastball, too. Kind of a tailing action. The 8th grade Ryan Berry, the catcher behind the plate, chucks it down for his warm-up throw. And here we are, bottom of the first, underway. Other updates here. Shenandoah scores 2 on Clarinda and errors with the safety squeeze. They're up 2-0 in the bottom of the second there in Clarinda on the baseball. That would be a shocker if Shenandoah can pull that one. Our game's pretty early on, so let's see what goes on there. But in this ball game, we're going to start off Jensen with a fastball. Plates it across. Lutt thought about pulling at it, but he's going to wait to see a better pitch, and it'll be strike one. Jensen gets ahead of the talented hitter, sophomore hitter for the Eagles, hitting .500 on the year. Lutt, there he is. So now he's hitting over 500. More times than not, he gets on. Lutt, nice, easy swing. Liner over second base. There it is, leadoff hit for Garrett Lutt. He'll be on first. Mason Boothby will be up, the center fielder, hitting .356 on the year. See how Andy Van Fossen kind of plays this game. He's got Jack Van Fossen on the mound. Doesn't give up many runs. Does he just try to get 1 or 2 across right away, or is he going to let his swingers swing right away? Do a pickoff check there, making sure Lutt is on his toes. He was on his toes just enough, dives back. So he'll be facing the senior. Boothby will be Kennick Jensen. Boothby kind of indecisive on that swing. Doesn't get a good swing on it, but it kind of looks like he was hesitating there for a second. Outside pitch, nice spot there by Jensen. That will be strike one to the senior center fielder. Jensen gets a sign from the stretch. Get another check on there at the runner. Connor Jacobson, the third baseman for the Raptors, kind of thinking the same thing, wondering if the speedster Boothby will bunt. He's playing even with the bag and has got his weight facing forward just outside there. Nice spot there from Jensen with a strike ahead of him. So evens it up 1-1. Just couldn't quite catch the black on that low and outside fastball. 1-1, nobody out. Second hitter of the bottom of the first. First hitter, Garrett Lutt, got a liner above second base. Woo, inside pitch there. Boothby backs away from it. Takes ball 2, 2-1. Garrett Lutt still on first. Mason Boothby up to bat. 2-1 against Kennick Jensen, that ace for the Raptors of Ridgeview. Boothby hits a chopper to short. Boothby's got some speed. They're going to have to really rush to get it there, and they're not going to be able to get him at first, but they do get Lutt at second, so a fielder's choice. Lutt is out at second. Boothby will be on first. He will be a threat to steal here, though, for the Raptors. I'm sure they are aware of that fact. That will bring to the plate Jack Van Fossen, hitting .411 on the year. Second in RBIs for the team. He has hit 2 over the fence as well. Boothby getting that confident lead over there. Always a threat. Jensen's checked over twice on Lutt. Got to be thinking about it. Ooh, high and outside there. Hits the black. Gets called a strike. So it'll be 0-1. Van Fossen, he'll be okay with that if he can get those calls too. So Van Fossen squares up against Jensen. Way outside. Ball is in the dirt, so Boothby will probably get in easily, and he does. Challenging the 8th grader behind the plate in Barry. So Boothby was there. He will be on second base in scoring position now. Right where Coach Van Fossen wants, a runner on second with under 2 outs. They only got 1 out. And Van Fossen and Adair can do what they do and drive in some runs from the 3 and 4 holes for the Eagles. Van Fossen does get bat on ball, but it's right at the left fielder. Oh, and he's going to fall down. That gets over his head, so Boothby will easily score. He's going to trot on in. Van Fossen's thought about going to third, but there's only 1 out. His dad holds him up there at second. So big hit there for Van Fossen. RBI double. Boothby scores 1-0. Will be the score here in the bottom of 1. Van Fossen helps himself out. That brings the plate now. Riker Adair, the third baseman, junior, hitting .357. And now he's got a runner on second. And under 1 out. See if he can knock him over. I believe I said he was a junior. He is a sophomore. Riker Adair is a sophomore. Cleanup hitter. Big, strong kid for the Eagles. Ball in the dirt. Van Fossen's going to take it, so that's going to be a big one because now there's only 1 out, and if Adair even hits one deep, Van Fossen's going to be able to have a sac fly situation. So that one gets away from Jensen, and Barry advances Van Fossen to third. Now Adair's got a real opportunity here for the Eagles here in the bottom of the first. So Jensen gets his sign. It's a curveball outside, hits the black. Nice pitch there from Jensen. Bounces back after that ball in the dirt. Evens it up 1-1. Hey, this is such a nice facility. We even got pitch count up there, so I'll be able to keep track of pitches because I never do that. Riker takes a swing at it, but fouls it off himself. That will be a foul ball. So 0-2 will be the count. 1-2 will be the count, actually. There was that ball in the dirt where Van Fossen advanced. So 1-2 the count to Adair. Jensen gets his sign from his catcher. Runners in the corner, or fielders at the corner. It's going to be a high one. It gets over a bouncer. Like I said, this is turf. And so that ball bounced up and over the head of Jacobson. And Adair gets himself an RBI single. Scores Van Fossen. Adair to first base. And just like that, 2 runs across in the bottom of the first for the Eagles. And Coach Van Fossen has got the start that he wanted. So Gus Bayshore, the senior right fielder, coming to the plate for the Eagles. Got a runner on first. And still just 1 out. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. High and outside there from Jensen. So Bayshore takes ball 1. Umpire going to give it a warning to the Underwood bench. Not sure what they did. Kind of gave they needed to move back motion, but there's a fence in the way, so maybe he's just telling them to keep that chatter down. They got the confidence because they're up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. Got their 5-hitter up, senior Bayshore. Got Adair on first. Jensen gets his sign, ball low. Nice stop there from the catcher, Barry, to keep it in front of him. 1-1 the count to the right fielder, senior right fielder. 2-0 the count here to Bayshore. Outside there, nice pitch there from Jensen. Not letting Bayshore get good bat on that one at all. So Bayshore knew he couldn't do anything damaging with that. Takes it for strike number 1. Living to see another pitch, see if he can get a better one here. Square one up. Keep this inning going for the Eagles. He does take a good swing at that one, but really turned on it. Evens it well foul, so that evens that count to 2-2. 2-2, 1 out, runner on first base. Right fielder for the Eagles up to the plate. So Jensen from that stretch, 2-2 count. Going to be his 20th pitch of the first inning already. Curveball. Wow, that was a nice curveball. That had a lot of movement on it. That was a good pitch. Bayshore took a swing at it, goes down swinging. So that will be the second out on the strikeout from Jensen. Brings to the plate Nick Hackett, the second baseman for the Eagles, trying to keep this bottom of the first alive. Inside, ooh, this strike zone can be pretty wide from side to side. Don't hate to see it. I'm just saying what I see. I'm calling balls and strikes as a commentator. Seeing what I see. Saying what I see, I should say. If it stays consistent, that's all that matters. Outside pitch. That was a 2 outside. Not that side, that much side to side there. So 1-1 the count there to Hackett. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Lucas Bose. I'm one ahead. I must have wrote it down wrong here in my scorebook because I have Hackett hitting 6th. So does coach in the lineup. I hope he didn't turn that in like that because he's got Bayshore hitting 5th, Hackett hitting 6th, and that's Hackett right there. That's kind of I don't know what penalty that is, but that's not good if it is that way. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So here's that mix-up there. So this is Lucas Bose. He's the catcher. He's hitting 6th for the Eagles. Sun coming out here. It's going to make it hard for the right field and first baseman in the field. Jensen tries to get a curveball over, doesn't get the call. Be a full count now to Bose, the catcher. Two outs, runner on first. Jensen trying to get out of it. Full. Didn't need to throw it anyway. If it was a strikeout or a ball, didn't need to throw it. So that will be a base on balls. Bose goes to first. We'll do a little arrow action there in my scorebook there. Bose goes to first on a walk. That will push Adair to second. And that will bring to the plate number 10, Nick Hackett, the second baseman. Got a pinch runner for Bose. He is the catcher. Not a pinch runner, technically. That will be a courtesy runner. Catchers and pitchers, you can run for whenever you want here. State of Iowa rules, so. Courtesy runner in for first base. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Hackett takes a hack at it. Fouls it off. For strike 1 there for Jensen. Jensen gets ahead of the 7-hole hitter for the Eagles. Underwood's already got 2 across here. Van Fossen with an RBI double. Then next was Adair with a chopper over the third baseman's head, and that's how they got their 2 runs across. Curveball high and inside. Hackett tried to stay in there. Didn't quite get it. Curved just around that shoulder just enough, so that evens the count at 1-1. Jensen's already at, that's a 28 pitches here in the first inning. Coach Murtu not loving that from his ace. Ball low and away, gets away. Runners will advance. So now second and third on that pass ball, second pass ball of the inning. So that will be Hackett with runners on second and third at the plate. He's got a 2-1 count. Now he's hoping that Jensen's got to bring something to him. Although there is 2 outs, so don't want to give up anything too sweet, even if you are Kinnick Jensen. He's still going to be coming at it. I mean, he's a good enough pitcher. He's going to be coming at it hard. He does get that ball is a little low there on the fastball. So 3-1 the count from Jensen. 3-1 to Hackett. Eagles second baseman looking to continue this bottom of the first. Big inning so far already. 2 runs across. Jensen gets his sign, gets a fastball up by the letters, and that's taking another ball. So back-to-back walks here for the Eagles. Brings a bases-loaded situation. Hackett will get to first base, and that will bring to the plate Easton Robertson. the left fielder, looking to do some damage here in the bottom of the first. They got 8 runners to the plate already for the Eagles, and they got a pitch count of 31 here on Kinnick Jensen. He's going to take his time, kind of gather himself, walk around the mound a bit, shake some things off. He's got a bases-loaded situation. Choosing to go from the stretch. Robertson takes ball 1 high. So as much as this strike zone I'm saying is a little wide, it's not very high or low. He kind of sticks it straight tight there to high and low because that was just above the belt, right down the middle, but ball 1 taken there from Robertson. Ball outside, a little low as well. Going to be ball 2 now, so back-to-back walks and a 2-0 situation here to Easton Robertson. Jensen's got to really gather himself, get himself back into rhythm, try to get out of this bottom of the first situation here against a talented Underwood Eagles team. Jensen hits his sign, 2-0 count, gets it right down the middle. Nice job taking a deep breath, gathering himself, and gets one right down the middle, gets that count back to 2-1. Still has to battle back, though. He's still taking his time like he probably should, not letting the Underwood Eagles keep this momentum. That's a big thing with pitchers. Don't let that offense get in that momentum. Steps off even, doesn't like how he gathered, doesn't like his hands getting sweaty. It is humid out there. Started a half hour late because of the heat. He does come set facing Easton Robertson high. Nice job by Barry to get up there and grab that one. 3-1 count, back-to-back walks here. See what Robertson does. He's probably going to make him at least come at him one more time. See if he can get just a free one across. Eight batters already to the plate in the bottom of the first. 2 across, bases loaded. Big situation here for Kinnick Jensen to get out of it with just 2 across, or are things really going to open up for Underwood? Ball low and away, so that's going to be a walk in 3 straight walks here for the sophomore Jensen. That will be Adair scoring the 3rd run of the inning. Bose to 3rd. Well, not Bose to 3rd. Bose courtesy runner to 3rd. Hackett will be on 2nd, and now Easton Robertson just draws a 3rd walk. And Coach Murtu is going to have to go out and talk to his young sophomore and his 8th grade catcher, get these youngsters underway. Because he is facing the 9-hitter Luke Seidler. Even though he's a 9-hole hitter, that does not mean he's an easy out. I think Van Fossen's kind of train of thinking here, he's got a senior. And once that ball game gets rolling, he's pretty much got a guy that knows how to get on base with his best hitter in the lineup right after that. So real dangerous situation coming up here for Ridgeview. If Seidler finds a way to get on, or even worse, gets a hit, and now they got Garrett Lutt up again, things are really going to open up here for Underwood. Jensen with 36 pitches in this inning, going from the stretch. Bases loaded, 2 outs versus Seidler. Bounces one in there, so Seidler takes ball 1. 3 straight walks. These bases are loaded because of the base on balls. And Luke Seidler is definitely a heady baseball player. He knows what to do here. He's not going to swing at anything too crazy. Up and in. Jensen's going to want another ball. His hands are just not agreeing with these balls so far. So 2-0 here to Seidler. Kinnick Jensen tying his shoe, going to gather himself. Like I said, take your time, youngster. Got to really gather yourself because it's now or never really for this bottom of the first. Big at-bat here for both teams. This is, it's obviously first inning. Huge amount of game still to go, but this is going to be a big situation at-bat right here. Nice job gathering himself. Gets it down the middle. Seidler takes that one. He's going to make the sophomore ace prove it to him that he can get one across the plate here. So 2-1 is that count. 2 outs, bases loaded. Seidler, indecisive swing there. Didn't like that one. Tried to still swing at it. So 2-2 the count. Big pitch coming up. Sophomore Kinnick Jensen versus senior Luke Seidler. Bases loaded. 2 outs. The pitch from Jensen coming up. Outside, that was right there. That was been called strike all inning long. Seidler goes down looking. Underwood, they get 9. They bat around technically. They get 3 across on 2 hits, 3 walks, 3 left on. It is 3-0. RBI double by Van Fossen, RBI single by Adair, and then an RBI walk from Easton Robertson. And that's how they get 3 across. So, the Jack Van Fossen back out there now with a 3-0 lead. He'll be facing 6, 7, 8 for the Raptors. He's got Struck, Burke, and Barry coming up. So, we'll be back right after this here. 3-0, Underwood on the lead. With the lead after this, we'll be back. Dusty Scahill on the call. KMA Extreme. We'll be back right after this to bring you top of the second.
To some, the sound of a bag of seed being opened marks a year of unpredictability and sleepless nights. But for those opening a bag of Pioneer brand corn, it brings a different set of feelings. To them, that sound marks innovation, knowing every seed has been proven in the toughest environment possible, the field. It marks the start of the best year you'll ever have. Pioneer brand corn hybrids, field proven and ready for yours. Visit pioneer.com/innovation.
All right, here we are. Top of the second underway. Van Fossen delivers it to Struck. Low and outside, 1-0. He's facing Noah Struck, the junior, second baseman. Ridgeview trying to bounce back here after not getting any across, leaving 2 on in the top of the first. And then now in the bottom of the first, Underwood gets 3 across, so they are already down 3 in the top of the second inning. And the bottom of the lineup trying to get it back to the top of the lineup in the bottom, or the top of the second inning, trying to get some runs back, get at least 1 back here in the top of the second inning. Van Fossen from the windup to Struck. Down the middle, gets it, strike 2, 1-2 the count. Van Fossen from the windup, high strike. Struck thought about it, but wisely holds off. 2-2 the count. Van Fossen from the windup gets a pop up. That's going to stay in play. See if Bose can make a play on it. Van Fossen runs over as well. Wisely takes it because he was facing the correct way. So foul out there by Struck. That's a good way for Van Fossen to start this inning. Pop out to the pitcher. 1 out. Brings up to the plate designated hitter junior Kyle Burke. Burke is the 7-hole hitter DH, hitting from that left side of the plate. Ooh, swing, a nice pitch there, low and outside. Burke didn't have a confident swing on that one. Van Fossen from the windup once again. Gets a chopper. See how high this bounce is. Goes right to Hackett. Hackett tries to get it over there. I think they beat it out, though. Ooh, at first he called safe, but then he goes ahead and calls it out. So they're going to say Hackett got the ball there in time. Seidler, good stretch, good dig. So that will be out number 2. Burke goes down on the chopper on the 4-3 putout. That will bring the 8-hole hitter, 8th grader, Ryan Berry, the catcher. Nobody on and 2 outs already here in the top of the second. Van Fossen's first pitch goes low, ball 1, 1 and out, 1-0 to Berry. Eighth grader stepping in here, facing that senior ace for the Eagles. He does get bat on ball. Van Fossen does a good job of getting off the mound and getting over there, and no problem. That's a quick inning there. That is not what Ridgeview wanted, and that is exactly what Underwood wanted. 1, 2, 3 inning. Barry goes down on that 3-1 ground out. No hits, no runs across. Van Fossen does a 1, 2, 3 inning. And Underwood in the top of the first batted around. So in the top of the bottom of the second, it will be the leadoff hitter, Garrett Lutt, who's already 1 for 1, stepping to the plate. 3-0 is the lead for the home team Underwood Eagles here in the Substate semifinal. 3-0 Underwood over Ridgeview. KMA Extreme, Dusty Scahill. We'll be back to bring you the bottom of the second right after this. right, here we are getting the bottom of the second underway. It's just like how the bottom of the first started. We got leadoff hitter Garrett Lutt up. The Eagles batted around in the bottom of the first. Got 3 runs across. Did leave 3 on as well. So we got Kennick Jensen back out there. Scott to face Garrett Lutt. Once again, Lutt had a liner in the first at bat. Tries to start him off there with a curve ball, but up and away, ball 1. Oh, 1-0 to Lutt, high and away. 2-0 now here to the dangerous hitter of Lutt. Meant to look. I know he is now hitting over 500 because he's hitting 500 when the game started and got a hit. Pops that one out, so he's going to end up pretty much right back out there. High pop fly to shortstop. Murtu gets underneath it. No problem there. So, hey, big out there from Jensen. That's exactly what they wanted. That's a fly out to the shortstop. Out number 1. That will bring to the plate Mason Boothby. Boothby last time grounded to second base, or grounded to shortstop, but still got on via the fielder's choice, and then he eventually stole a base and then scored on that Van Fossen double. So the senior is up for the second time facing Jensen. Down the middle, but a little high above the belt. That's going to be ball 1 from Jensen. Jensen was really wanting that call. So let's see here. Lutt has a .580 on base percentage. I thought it was almost even going to be higher than that. So probably doesn't like to take walks. Probably just likes to swing every single time. Boothby 1-0 on that count from Jensen. He does get bat on ball. That goes deeper than I thought. I thought it was off the handles. Boothby actually turned on it, and that goes over the fence. He turned on it way more than I thought. He got barrel on that, and that goes over the fence, over the 325-foot fence. Home run by Mason Boothby. And that brings it to a 4-0 ball game now. Mason Boothby, big one-out home run, puts the Underwood Eagles up 4-0. Man, he really turned on that one. I thought that was going to be off the handle, and that left fielder was going to be able to camp under it. But that ball just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. Nice job for Boothby to get the hands through, get the hips through. He gets it over the fence for the senior center fielder. So 4-0, and they got Jack Van Fossen up now. 3-hole hitter. Van Fossen RBI double last time. Jensen might be a little bit frustrated out there. Throws that one low and outside on that left-hand batter's box. Sophomore pitcher's got to regather himself. He's already at 46 pitches. 47 now, technically. Takes his time, going to gather himself. Gets that Rossen bag on his sweaty hands. Facing the senior Van Fossen, his counterpart on the mound. Van Fossen does get bat on ball there, but doesn't get good wood on. That's going to be an infield pop-up as well. Murtu travels all the way over. So that'll be a second out there via the high pop-up in the infield. Gets Van Fossen out. So 2 outs facing Riker Adair. Adair last time, RBI single. Got the second run across. He also scored. So he hit the second one in, scored the third one via the walk. He'll be up to bat. Nobody on, 2 outs, and a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Jensen gets across there. Strike number 1. Third baseman for the Eagles, facing Jensen from the windup. Nice slider there. I had some good pace on that breaking ball. Just kept breaking, and Adair stayed off of it. Be 1-1 on the count. Nice plate discipline there from Adair. Fastball up the middle. That's going to be a liner. Can't get to it. Is Murtu. So Adair with back-to-back singles. He's 2 for 2 on the night. So he will get that 2-out single. That will bring to the plate Gus Bayshore. Bayshore last time went down swinging, trying to redeem himself here with a runner on first and 2 outs. So Adair gets his lead there at first base. Bayshore, the senior, gets a bat on ball to left field. This is more where I thought Boothby's was going. Left fielder gathers himself underneath it, and that will be the 3rd out. So just 5 hitters faced, but that one hitter got a hit and put it over the fence. Mason Boothby, big solo home run, gets it to 4-0. Gives Jack Van Fossen a 4-0 lead heading into the top of the third. So top of the third coming up for the Raptors. They got 9-1-2 coming up. Jacobson, Murtu, and Jensen down 4-0. See if Coach Murtu can get some runs put together here. Slowly get back in this game. KMA Extreme, Dusty Scahill on the call. We'll be back here for the Substate semifinal right after this.
You will like it here. Beautiful Cherokee County, Iowa, nestled in the Little Sioux River Valley in the heart of northwest Iowa. People care and support each other and work together.
All right, here we are. Top of the third. Van Fossen for the Eagles still on the mound, facing the 9-hitter Connor Jacobson, the third baseman, up for his first time of the game here in the top of the third inning. Strike one from Van Fossen there against Jacobson. Now gets another swing and a miss. Strike two. Van Fossen made quick work last inning, going 1-2-3 in quick fashion. Already starting off 0-2 here versus the Raptors. There it is. Fastball swung on, but Jacobson does get a piece of it. Stays alive. Still an 0-2 count, though. Van Fossen, curveball. That's how he got strike two. That's how he gets strike three. So Jacobson goes down swinging. Third strikeout of the game for Van Fossen. Brings the top of the lineup, Blake Murtu. Murtu hitting .479 on the year. Tied for the lead on RBIs on the team. But he was one of those three strikeouts that Van Fossen got. First hitter of the game. Went down swinging. See if the sophomore can redeem himself. He gets bat on ball in the very first pitch to the sunny right fielder, but Bayshore stays underneath it, no problem. Records out number two. Another quick fashion there. He's got 2 outs in 5 pitches, does Van Fossen. So that brings to the plate Kennick Jensen. Jensen had a single last time. Chopper up the middle. Trying to help himself out on the mound. Another first pitch swing. Van Fossen quickly gets over there. Seidler gives him a good one. So that's a 6-pitch inning there for Van Fossen. Man, that is quick work. Not what Coach Murtu was really hoping there for the top of the third. So still 4-0. Van Fossen makes quick work. 1-2-3 inning once again. Still 4-0. Heading to the bottom of the third for Underwood. They got 6, 7, 8 coming up. We're told it's going to be Hackett, Bose, and Robertson. Let's see what happens here. So 4-0, Underwood up. KMA Extreme here in Iowa Western Community College Field. 4-0, Underwood with a lead in the Substate final. We'll be back right after this.
You will like it here. Beautiful Cherokee County, Iowa, nestled in the Little Sioux River Valley in the heart of northwest Iowa. People care and support each other and work together to help our communities. Business, industrial, medical, educational, and agricultural opportunities thrive. Each season offers recreational activities, historical events, and cultural entertainment, making living here enjoyable. Come stay or play. Go to www.cherokeeia.com now.
Well, we're trying to figure it out.
365 days a year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Arrow Towing Company in Council Bluffs is here to help. Arrow Towing provides a peace of mind knowing that when you need them most, Arrow Towing is here for you. Whether you need a tow, fuel delivery, a jump start, or you're locked out, Be sure to give Arrow Towing Company a call.
So, bottom third coming up. They do have Nick Hackett back in that 6th spot. So they switched Hackett and Bose back to the lineup that they turned in. I'm texting my constituents, Derek Martin and Trevor Mader, on what really the rule is. And Derek kind of seems to think that should be an out. That's an out then is what Derek said. So I'm not really sure. I mean, Hackett's up and Bose on deck. I almost feel like Underwood should start this inning off with 1 out and Hackett doesn't get a hit, but we'll see. Didn't really seem like that's going out that way. So Hackett will be up. He's down 0-1 after Jensen gets ahead here. Sun kind of starting to go down. That right fielder's really got to battle with that Sun. Curveball on that inside clips the black. Hackett takes it for a strike, so Jensen gets ahead 0-2. Last time up, Hackett walked when he faced Jensen, but now he's down 0-2. Going to have to really battle back here. 2-strike hitting. Jensen put some good pace on that fastball, high and away. Hackett stays off it, so it'll be 1-2 on that count. Outside there, ball 2, 2-2 the count. Hackett lays off that breaking ball. 4-0 is that score here in the bottom of the third. Leadoff hitter, nobody out, nobody on, obviously. Jensen comes from the windup, high and inside, clips Hackett on the elbow. So that'll be a hit by pitch. Hackett will lead off there. Top of the third, lead runner gets on. Things are not going how Murtu wants to lay it out. 3 innings in a row on his offensive side. And leadoff hitter already on here in the top of the third via the hit by pitch. Can't be given those free passes away when you're down 4-0 here in the Substate semifinal. That brings to the plate Lucas Bose. Bose also walked his first time up. So it is 4-0. Runner on first. Squaring around the bunt is Bose, but does not get it down. Gets it up in the air, but it's a foul ball. Falls down in foul territory. 0-1 the count. Van Fossen preaching to the catcher. Got to get those down. This is a sacrifice. We want you to get it on the ground. We don't even care if you get out. We just want that runner on second base. Runner on first is Hackett. Jensen from the stretch. Curveball, nice job from Barry to stay in front of it. Gathers it, doesn't get it. Gets away from him a bit, but not too far at all. One ball, one strike, 4-0. Underwood still has that lead. Catcher Lucas Bose at the plate. Got that runner on first. Squares around once again there. He does a good job of getting it down that first base line. Jensen gathers it. Sacrifice bunt there by Bose. Moves Hackett up to second base. Robertson will be the next hitter up. He's the 8-hole hitter. He had a RBI walk last time. So Robertson had that RBI walk, has a runner on second base, looking for his second RBI of the game from that 8-hole hitter. Be a big hit if he can do so. Jensen gets his sign from the stretch, checking on that runner on second base. High and inside, Robertson lays off it, 1-0 the count. Jensen in that 61 pitch count now. One out, runner on second. Robertson at the plate. Gets that pitch, takes it for a strike. Nice job there by Jensen. Evens it up, 1-1. Left fielder for the Eagles trying to do some damage here in the bottom of the third. High there, ball 2 taken from Robertson. Good job laying off of that one, trying to get one to square up on. So runner on second. Jensen trying to hold those runners no longer getting to third base is what he wants. Robertson fouls it off there. Stays alive, though, 2-2. Jensen getting that second strike, big one, trying to get another strikeout. He does have 2 strikeouts on the night. Usually gets a handful of strikeouts, averaging more than 1 strikeout per innings pitched. Trying to battle back here after being down 4-0. Giving up a run in both innings pitched so far. Low and outside, and Hackett did a great job of reading that ball in the dirt and aggressively takes third base. Gets an even better scoring position after that wild pitch, I'm going to call it, because Barry kept it in front of him. That was just a low bouncer, and it gets Hackett to third base. Now Robertson's got a real opportunity to get his second RBI. Now he can just hit one fairly deep to anywhere in the outfield, and Hackett's got some speed, and he'll be able to score. He's got like 5 stolen bases on the year already, so you know he's got some speed. 2-2 the count, 3-2 the count, and Robertson takes an offer at it, fouls it, but Barry holds on to it. That will be a strikeout. So that will be out number 2. Another strikeout there for Jensen. That's his 3rd on the night. So Seidler coming to the plate. He went down looking his first time up. He had bases loaded in the bottom of the first. Couldn't do anything with it, so the senior is going to look to rebound, trying to get Garrett Lutt up. He does get bat on ball. That's heading to the gap. I don't know if anyone for the Raptors is going to get to it, and they will not. And that is going to be a triple probably for Seidler. That is deep. Let's see how much Van Fossen's going to try to send him. And it was not a great relay throw in. They're going to have a play at the plate. Seidler gets in there safe. That will be an inside the park home run for Luke Seidler. I don't think there's really any errors to be had out there. That was just in no man's land for Ridgeview. And Seidler took off from the beat. Didn't quite have a good relay throw in. The shortstop, Murtu, was the backup on the relay. He did get to it, delivered the ball at home, and Seidler head first slide in. Inside the park home run, scores 2 RBI. Inside the park home run for Seidler brings it to 6-0 in the 3rd inning for the Eagles. Brings to the plate, Garrett Lutt, 1 for 2 on the night. Had a line drive single his first time up, then a skyrocket to shortstop where Murtu retired him. So he's 1 for 2 on the night. Another high pop fly, but that goes to center field, but that's going to keep carrying the center fielder, getting underneath it, and he does travel underneath it. Good job there by Austin Wood. Austin Wood getting hit for, so he's only playing defense only and doing a good job at it. Kept drifting, and then retires Lutt. So that will be the bottom of the 3rd. Lutt goes down on that fly out to center field, but Hackett got on via the walk, via the hit by pitch, and then Luke Seidler hit a ball to the right field gap, goes all the way around the bases and gets an inside the park 2 RBI home run. So that will be 6-0 lead for Jack Van Fossen. 6-0 heading into the top of the 4th. Underwood with that lead. We'll be back right after this to bring you the top of the 4th, which will be 3-4-5. Voss, Worthen, and Murtu up for the Raptors. Dusty Scahill, KMA Extreme on the call. We'll be back right after this. Ooh, head up, Coach.
Brocker Wealth Management is comprised of local experts dedicated to your financial success. Their certified financial advisors include John Brocker, a native of Southwest Iowa and a proud graduate of Underwood, and Alec Murphy, an active Council Bluffs resident. They are dedicated to devising comprehensive financial strategies for you and your family. Whether you are investing to build wealth, Brocker Wealth Management personalizes a plan for your needs, wants, and long-term goals.
All right, here we are, top of the 4th inning coming up. Underwood leading 6-0. Underwood has scored in every single inning so far. And on the defensive side, Van Fossen has retired the last 6 batters. 1-2-3, 1-2-3 in the 2nd and 3rd. Leads off here with a curveball there to Gavin Voss. Gets ahead 0-1. Already get that pace for the pitcher, Jack Van Fossen. Voss is 1 for 1 on the night. Had an RBI, or not an RBI, had a single between short and third on a nice sharply hit ball. Gets another strike call there from Van Fossen. 0-2 already to Gavin Voss. And then boom, 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Voss goes down swinging. Voss struck out by Van Fossen. 4th strikeout on the night for Van Fossen. So 7 straight retired for that senior ace on the Eagles. He'll now face number 22, sophomore Owen Worthen. Worthen did have a fielder's choice. He was one that advanced the runners earlier on in the top of the first. Another curveball. Van Fossen's feeling that curveball now. He's getting into rhythm. He's got on top of it 3 straight times. It's got nice, sharp up and down curve movement to it. And Worthen lets it go across the plate, hoping to catch himself a fastball here coming up. There is that fastball, and it is on the outside corner, and Worthen takes it for strike 2. So 5 straight strikes to start off this 4th inning here for Underwood. Van Fossen from that windup. Worthen just does his best to fight it off. Goes foul down that first base side. So count remains the same, 0-2. On that count, Underwood and Van Fossen. Worthen does get bat on ball on that curveball. Goes to shallow outfield. Boothby charges in, makes a good read on it, comes in, calls off Hackett, and that's another retired batter, 8 straight now for Van Fossen on that shallow pop-up from Worthen. That will bring to the plate Aiden Murtu, the right fielder. He went down looking in the first inning via the strikeout. So 2 out, nobody on. Van Fossen from that windup. Woo! Heads up there, Ridgeview bench. Everybody's awake now. See how much damage is done to that baseball because it did hit a post. So 0-1, Van Fossen once again gets ahead. Umpire checking that ball out, says, that's good enough. 0-1 on that count, 2 out, nobody on. Does get bat on ball, but that goes right to Lutt. Lutt's going to make slight work of that, and another 1-2-3 inning. That's 9 straight retired out for Van Fossen. So 1-2-3. Raptors go down, top of 4th once again. So it's going to be 6-0 still. Bottom of 4 coming up for the Underwood Eagles. They will have to the plate 2-3-4, Boothby, Van Fossen, and Adair coming up in the 4th inning. 6-0, Substate semifinal here in IWCC. Underwood leading 6-0. We'll be back bottom of the 4th coming up right after this here on KMA.
For over 30 years, CNA Scales has been a leader in the manufacturing and installation of bulk weigh grain loadout systems, enabling the fast, accurate, and efficient loading of trucks and rail cars. CNA Scales also offer and install concrete and steel deck truck scales and the truck scale automation system that uses RFID technology to keep you moving. Visit CNA Scales online or give them a call today. CNA Scales, making the world way better.
Dave Lyon Towing and Repair has been serving the Underwood area for over 40 years. They offer 24-hour light and heavy-duty towing and recovery, including a rotator, winch equipment, wreckers, and flatbeds to serve you. They're available for repair on cars and trucks Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located at 134th Street in Underwood, when you need a lift or repair work, call Dave Lyon Towing and Repair of Underwood, Iowa, 712-566-2317. Not the biggest, just the best.
All right, welcome back to the KMA Extreme here, Substate semifinal. We got Underwood with that lead 6-0. Other games going on around here. I'm going to try to keep you up to date. Trevor Mater on the call in Tri-Center versus Lennox. It is 3-2 Tri-Center after 6 innings, so they're going on into the 7th inning with Tri-Center leading 3-2, I believe. The Lennox Tigers don't have a hit yet, but they are down 3-2 heading into that 7th inning. Kenneth Jensen still on the mound. He's got pitch number 70, and he deals to Boothby, ball high, 1-0. Boothby with that big home run last time up, turned on that inside pitch, and it sailed over the fence. Dealing 2-0, so now he's going to really square up on this one. Does another turn on that one, hits it to third. Jacobson trying to make that play. Boothby's got speed, and he's going to be safe. Looks like Worthen kind of pulled his foot off there and going to be a hot shot. We're going to, in my book, we're going to give Boothby a single because that was a hot shot. Kind of a hard throw as well because Boothby's got speed. And I'm going to be generous and give Mason another hit on the night. So Boothby is on first, no outs, and that will be Van Fossen. Jack Van Fossen up. He is 1 for 2 on the night, had an RBI double to bring in the first run of the game in the top of the first. Checking over on Boothby, always a threat to steal. Let's see how Ethan Hewitt on that softball game there over in Clarinda was doing. Clarinda versus Atlantic. Looks like Clarinda hanging on 5-4, heading into the 7th inning. I think the winner of that goes to state, I believe. Are they doing that already? Is it Substate finals over there in softball? I've been away from these games too much. I don't know exactly where we are in any of these. But nonetheless, Clarinda up 5-4 in the 7th inning there in softball. Boothby, man, with that confident lead, I bet he's taking off. Second baseman is already close, and Boothby does take off, and that ball is in the dirt, and Barry can't get to it. Boothby can go to third if he wants. He thought about it, probably still could have, should have. But he's going to go with, I'm on second base with no outs, and we got a guy hitting over 411 at the plate. I'm going to stay put. So Boothby gets a stolen base, gets to second base, no outs. Van Fossen at the plate, 3-hole hitter, on the mound as well, trying to help himself out. Trying to get his second RBI at least on the night. Jensen going from that stretch, checking on Boothby, second baseman there, closest, keeping him on. He does get to it, but that's a hot shot back to the pitcher. Boothby should have just gone all the way back. He still has time, and there he is. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. Don't get anybody out situation. Not the best way the Raptors could have handled that situation. Hindsight 2020, and I'm in an air-conditioned booth sitting here at 37 years old. The pitcher probably should have ran straight at Boothby there to try to make him make a decision, but he went ahead and threw it to third base quickly. Boothby gathered himself, got back to second, so now it'll be Van Fossen and Boothby on first and second at the plate. Third baseman for the Eagles trying to stay hot. Takes pitch number 1, ball. Adair does get bat on ball. That's going to be a shallow pop fly, though. Wood coming in. He's gathered underneath. It makes the one-handed catch. And so that will be a big first out there for Kenneth Jensen, getting Adair to pop out. So, right fielder Gus Bayshore will be up. Bayshore 0 for 2 on the night. But now he's got runners on first and second. The senior trying to zone in here. 6-0 is the lead here, bottom of 4. Runners on first and second, and 1 out for the 5-hole hitter. He does get bat on ball. It's going to be a slow dribbler. Takes it himself, and he's going to get the runner out at second, but couldn't get Bayshore at first. So, Van Fossen's out at second. We Boothby on third, Bayshore on first, and 2 outs for Nick Hackett. So Hackett's got a runner on third, a runner on first. Fielder's choice there as Bayshore gets the first. Hackett is 0 for 1. No, he's 0 for 0 on the night. A walk and a hit by pitch. He scored a run on that hit by pitch last time up as well. So first and third situation. Raptors of Ridgeview kind of getting their communication underway, trying to get things squared up on what they want to, how they want to handle this situation. Man, Jensen's really got that. They're going to try to confuse this young team here. They're going to confuse them enough. That's a balk, so that'll be a balk situation. Coach Murtu thinks he stepped off in time, but the home plate umpire is going to say he did not do it properly, so that will be a balk situation. Coach Van Fossen getting tricky with that, made Bayshore just kind of trot off, and that causes a balk. Umpires are going to talk it over here, see if they both saw the same thing. If the field umpire says, no, I saw him step off, I didn't see it, they might bring everybody back. So the umpires are talking about it. That's going to give me a chance to check in on Ryan Matheny's game here. I thought Matheny had a game. Didn't Matheny have a game? No, it's going to be Tate and Amy. Tate and Amy has a game tonight. Let's see here. Where are you at, Tate on Twitter? Tate and Amy is in Bedford. He's got a final. Bedford wins 2-0 over Southwest Valley. Bedford advances on to that Substate final. They will face the winner of Tri-Center and Lenox. I believe that game will be in Atlantic. If it's going to be Bedford versus Lenox and that game is in Atlantic, that makes no sense to me. So we are here. Balk stands, and so Hackett will be at the plate now with a runner on second. 2 outs. Bayshore is on second. Is that an RBI on a balk? I'm not sure how you score that one. Another hit by pitch there from Hackett. So he's on for the 3rd time and hasn't put the bat on ball yet. So we'll bring to the plate Lucas Bose. Bose is 0 for... No, he's 0 for 0 as well. Back-to-back guys who were 0 for 0. He had a walk the first time, sack bunt the next time. So Boothby scored on that balk. Another run across for the Eagles. It is 7-0. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, and the catcher, Lucas Bose, at the plate. Bose takes ball low and away. Catcher for the Eagles, looking to really extend this bottom of the 4th. Jensen gets his sign. He's at 80 pitches on the night. Ooh, Bose is going to get one up and over there. 2 out. The runner took off right away. There's going to be a play at the plate. It's going to be a close one. Nice slide there from Bayshore. All runners advance, going to second and third as well. So RBI single for the senior Bose. RBI single. Bose gets the first. Bayshore, great headsy running, took off right away. Left fielder Gavin Voss tried to make a play on it, just couldn't quite get it there in time. That will bring to the plate Easton Robertson. And he's got runners on second and third. So Hackett on third, Bose on second. Easton Robertson is 0 for 1 on the night. He had an RBI walk the first time, struck out the last time. Takes a swing at that one, trying to get more RBIs, but comes up empty. He had an RBI opportunity his last time up as well. Had a runner on second base. Couldn't. Actually, that runner got to third as well. Couldn't quite complete it, so now he's got a chance to redeem himself on his own personal individual goals. Takes ball 1 in the dirt there from Jensen. 8-0 is that lead. Robertson takes a nice hack at that one, but it goes fouls straight back. When it fouls straight back, I always say you were on it, you just missed it. So straight back does that one go. 1-2 the count there to Robertson, the left fielder. And that is going to be a liner to left. That is going to score 1. That'll score 2 because the left fielder misplays it. And a 2 RBI for Easton Robertson. That's his third of the night. 2 RBIs. That brings it to a 10-0 lead. Raptors really going to have to make some things happen here unless this game is going to get completely shortened. And Coach Murtu is going to head to the mound, talk it over with his squad. See what he does in making a decision here for Jensen. I've got to imagine he's going to let that ace, the youngster, kind of take a breather. He's going to bring in the second baseman to pitch. So I think Jensen will go to second. And then second baseman Noah Struck, the junior, will come in to face Luke Seidler, who had a inside the park RBI, 2 RBI home run last inning. So Noah Struck will take his warm-up pitches. We'll go ahead and take a quick break as well. Let Struck get all warmed up here. We'll be back right after this. 10-0, Underwood with this lead on the KMA Extreme. Dusty Scahill on the call for the Substate semifinal. We'll be back after Struck gets his warm-up pitches in.
It's time to be you at Iowa Western. Apply today.
To some, the sound of a bag of seed being opened marks a year of unpredictability and sleepless nights. But for those opening a bag of Pioneer brand corn, it brings a different set of feelings. To them, that sound marks
And so we got a pitching change now. Noah Struck gets his warm-up pitches in, down 10-0, facing Luke Seidler. Got a runner on first and 2 outs. Struck delivers a nice pitch right down the middle. Seidler offers but comes up empty. I'm sure it felt pretty sweet to have that insider, but Seidler took a swing there like he wanted to get one over the fence that time. Struck from the windup, delivers another one. Seidler with a little less confident swing on that one. 0-2 now, quickly here in the bottom of the 4th against Luke Seidler. Struck. Might as well not even worry about that runner on first. Got to get this guy out here right away because you got some hammers coming up after Seidler. Runner does go. See if the pitch goes down. No one covering, though. And that's going to be kind of I'm going to tip the cap to that one on a young team that's down by 10, a little frustrated. Nobody covered to that stolen base there from Robertson, so he will be on second base now. So Seidler's got 1-2 count here. Runner on second, 2 outs. Trying to keep this bottom of the 4th going. They already got 4 runs across. Seidler up and in, didn't move until the last second. Did not clip him, though, so he'll have to stick in there. 2-2, the count even here from Noah Struck. Seidler digging in, Struck from the stretch. High and inside once again, gets it to a full count now. Senior Seidler. See if he can extend the inning, or is Struck going to get his first out on the first guy he faces? Seidler. If there was no net and no window, I would have 100% caught that. That was going right at me. 2 outs. Runner on second. Seidler trying to extend this bottom of the 4th. Get some deep, deep insurance runs here for the Eagles. There it is inside. Man, Seidler does everything he can to fight that one off. I'm going to say off the handle. That might have even hit the grip of that aluminum bat. So, making Struck work for it. Facing his first batter, Seidler. Already seen 7 pitches. Comes the 8th pitch up at the at-bat. It is going to be hammered, and Seidler delivers. That's going to be another RBI. The bottom of the order just doing tremendous things here for the Eagles. That's going to be 6 RBIs from the 8 and 9 hitter. And if a team like Underwood can do that, that's almost no way you can take them down when they're doing things like that. RBI single from Seidler, brings to the plate Garrett Lutt. That is the 9th hitter of the inning. So 2 times tonight the Eagles have batted around. Struck. Hits that one on the outside to Lutt, 0-1. He's going to not want to hit too much of the plate here to the shortstop for the Eagles. Foul ball. Lutt probably mad at himself for that one. Fouls it off, 0-2 now, so now he's got to do some 2-strike hitting. 11-0 is that lead. RBI single right there from Seidler. 3 straight hits, and 4 straight runners have scored. So 1-2 outside there for the left-hander for the Eagles. Shortstop sophomore Garrett Lutt. Seidler gets his lead at first base. Struck gets his sign from the stretch. Curveball tries to deliver it. That's going to be tailing there. It's going to be between left and center field. Left fielder's going to make the center fielder do it all himself. And Wood does so. Wood does gather underneath it and gets Lutt out. They've actually got Lutt out 3 straight times. So credit to them for doing that. But nonetheless, they do get 5 across there on 3 hits. So 5 across, 3 hits, no strikeouts, and they have that 11-0 lead. And if Ridgeview doesn't get 2 across here, that game's over. So top of 5 coming up. Top of 5 coming up. We got Jack Van Fossen still on the mound. We'll be back right after this to see if Ridgeview continues their season, or is it going to be the Underwood Eagles moving on to next Tuesday? We'll be back right after this. KMA Extreme.
To some, the sound of a bag of seed being opened marks a year of unpredictability and sleepless nights. But for those opening a bag of Pioneer brand corn, it brings a different set of feelings. To them, that sound marks innovation, knowing every seed has been proven in the toughest environment possible, the field. It marks the start of the best year you'll ever have. Pioneer brand corn hybrids, field proven and ready for yours. Visit pioneer.com/innovation.
Walk-off home run. All right, another update here from KMA Land. Trevor Mader on the call just had a walk-off home run. Tri-Center advances against Lennox 4-3. Tristan Gunderson, sophomore, just ripped a solo shot to left field for a walk-off to advance Tri-Center to face Bedford on Tuesday in Atlantic. Tri-Center versus Bedford to see who goes to state. Here in this game, we're at 11-0 lead, and that is a first batter to reach base and 9 batters as Noah Struck gets a single there versus Van Fossen to start off this top of the 5th. Ridgeview has got to get 2 across to even keep their season alive, let alone as the game goes on, they're going to have to get 11 runs to cross the plate. So Struck is on first. Van Fossen having to go for the stretch, hasn't done that since the first inning. So it will bring to the plate Kyle Burke, the DH. He went down on a grounder to second the last time up. Struck is on first base after that single. Only the 3rd hit of the game given up from Van Fossen. Really, it's only the third. So 3 hits, no walks for Van Fossen. Been around the plate all night. He's got 4 strikeouts out of his 12 outs as well. So like I said, staying around the plate, making the hitters hit, which he's done all year. Chopper, Van Fossen once again. Oh, I was going to say gets over there, but Seiler goes to second, gets the lead out. Lutt does a good job of digging it. That did hit the dirt, right, I believe. So Lutt does a good job of gathering that, getting the lead out. So fielder's choice as Burke will technically get on, but does no damage as Struck gets out, force out at second base. So that will be 1 out. Runner on first, and brings to the plate 8th grader Ryan Berry, the catcher. 0 for 1, had a ground out to first base that Van Fossen covered on the first time up. Seidler has 3 putouts on the night on grounders to first base. All, on players hitting to the opposite side of the field, so a good job of Seidler staying awake. Van Fossen quickly gets ahead 0-2 against the youngster. 5 years difference here in this matchup between pitcher and hitter. Got to be quite significant. Even though we're all playing varsity ball here, there's still got to be that overlaying kind of, in the dirt. Bose did end up gathering himself. He stayed in front of it just enough where the runner could not advance. So it will be 1-2 there. Van Fossen not giving anything too sweet on an 0-2 count. 0-2 count, or 1-2 count now. 1-2, runner on first. Runner gets a sizable lead at first base. Curveball too high, couldn't quite get on top of it, is Van Fossen. So we'll even that count to 2-2. 2-2, 1 out, runner on first base. And Underwood trying to end this game as quickly as possible. Van Fossen gets a sign, foul back. Barry stays alive. Count remains 2-2. So we are in the top of the fifth, and Van Fossen just got to his 50th pitch. That's how efficient he has been so far tonight. Runner on first, one out, 2-2 count. Van Fossen gets his sign. Man, Barry stays alive again, gets a piece of it with the ball up by his chin. Stays alive. 2-2 the count still here to the 8-hole hitter. Connor Jacobson is in on the hole. Let's see if I can check around to the game. That's also the winner of this game will face the winner of Shan Clarinda. Let's see if I can get an update on that one. As Barry gets a ball on that one, that's going to head to foul territory in the right field line. That does go foul. So he stays alive, 2-2 again. So let's see here. Clarinda takes the lead 3-2. Clarinda adds to their lead with 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th. So they are leading 5-2 going into the 7th inning. Clarinda with a 5-2 lead versus their rival Shenandoah. Shenandoah, very senior-led. They're trying to keep their season alive. They got a talented squad this year, trying to do all they can to keep that season alive. 5-2. Clarinda with that lead. So, nice off-speed pitch there from Van Fossen. Gets Barry to go down swinging. 5th strikeout of the night. So that brings to the plate Connor Jacobson, who also was a victim of the strikeout via Van Fossen. 2 outs, runner on first. And the Ridgeview Raptors could possibly be down to their last hitter of their season with Connor Jacobson at the plate. It is Kyle Burke on first base, the junior DH. He got on via the fielder's choice, could not advance the runner to second base. Van Fossen gets a sign from the stretch. Runner on first doesn't mean anything. So 1-1. Van Fossen evens it up on that called strike there on that fastball. Kind of like if you're up by 2, that runner on first doesn't mean anything. Van Fossen doesn't really even need to pay attention to him whatsoever. Jacobson behind on that decision to swing and miss on that one. So 1-2 Raptors down to their last strike, possibly of their season. Van Fossen looking to get this game over with, wrapped up in under 60 pitches. There it is, delivered. That's going to be a liner right to Lutt, and there it is, game over. Underwood advances on, winning 11-0. Everyone for the Raptors only hit twice. Nobody hit 3 times. Line out to short is how it ends, 11-0. Only 3 hits given up there by Van Fossen. 5 strikeouts. Great job from him pitching. Ends up with 56 pitches on the night. That's just incredible. That's going to be an easy story to write for me tonight. So 11-0, the Underwood Eagles advance. When it comes to the Eagles on the hitting side of things, it was at bottom of the lineup doing a ton of damage. 6 RBIs from the 8 and 9-hole hitters, Easton Robertson and Luke Seidler. 6 RBIs combined. Seidler had that inside the park home run. Easton had that 2 RBI single. Great night from both of them. Mason Boothby added a home run over the fence for himself. Jack Van Fossen had an RBI double. Riker Adair had an RBI single. Was 2 for 3 on the night. Nick Hackett got on base every single time. Scored 2 runs. Everybody for the Eagles. Let's see here. Everybody scored a run on the Eagles except for who? Garrett Lutt. They need to razz him for that one. So 11-0. Coach Van Fossen move on to 26-2. Looking to probably face Clarinda. I don't want to say that. Might have just jinxed him. Tuzio comes in to close the door on the Mustangs. Final, Clarinda, 5-2. So it will be the Clarinda Cardinals and the Underwood Eagles in Glenwood on Tuesday to see who advances to state. That's going to be a barn burner. I got to imagine it's going to be Creighton Tuzio versus Garrett Lutt. I hope Trevor Mater lets me call that one on Tuesday. I'm guessing he's going to take that one himself, though, because that's going to be an absolute barn burner there in Glenwood to see who advances on to the 2A state tournament. For Eric Murtu and the Ridgeview Raptors, they move on to 19-9 on the season. Just couldn't get it done offensively tonight. Only 3 hits. Jack Van Fossen too much to deal with. But, hey, no seniors on that lineup. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with next year. Will be Coach Murtu and the Raptors. I'm going to wrap it up. KMA Extreme on the call. Dusty Scahill. That was a great one from Underwood. 11-0. They advance on, like I said, to play Clarinda. Thank you to Keith Christensen for running the video tonight so you guys could watch it and listen to me gab on about the Underwood Eagles plating so many guys across the plate. 11-0. Underwood advances on. Thank you guys for listening. KMA Extreme. We will see you guys on Monday. More softball and baseball heading around all over Southwest Iowa. We'll be back on Monday. Thank you guys for listening. Dusty Scahill signing out.
You will like it here. Beautiful Cherokee County, Iowa, nestled in the Little Sioux River Valley in the heart of Northwest Iowa. People care and support each other and work together to help our communities, business, industrial, medical, educational, and agricultural opportunities thrive. Each season offers recreational activities, historical events, and cultural entertainment, making living here enjoyable. Come stay or play. Go to www.cherokeeia.com now.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame, not just embroidery.